How to escape the skinny fat zone. Not an easy task, but in this video I should explain what skinny fat is, what can cause it, and some things you can do to reverse it. So what exactly is skinny fat? Well, the medical term for it is normal weight obesity. So it's a person that looks like they've got a normal or healthy body fat percentage on the outside, but actually on the inside they've got a lot of visceral fat, which is the fat surrounding your organs. But on top of that, maybe they're not carrying a lot of muscle mass either, hence the term skinny fat. So maybe skinny arms, big beer belly, stuff like that. So what causes someone to be skinny fat? Well, apart from genetics, it's mainly down to your lifestyle. In particular, a sedentary lifestyle, poor diet, a lack of protein, too many processed foods, a lack of whole foods, a lack of resistance training. So all these things combined are the main causes for someone to be skinny fat. Now, I've just recently done a video on body recomposition, so I'll try not to repeat myself too much here. But if you want to watch that, I'll link it at the end of this video. Okay, let's address the muscle mass first. So building extra muscle on your frame is not only going to give you some health benefits, including stronger bones and a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, but you're obviously going to be looking better, which in turn will make you feel better, which is probably the main reason why you've clicked on this video in the first place. We all want to look better and feel better, don't we? So resistance training will help you build the most amount of muscle if you do it correctly. Try and prioritise your compound lifts as well, so you're stimulating more muscle in the same amount of time. So try and include some of these exercises for your upper body. So you've got your bench press, obviously, barbell, dumbbells, it doesn't matter, incline, flat, it doesn't matter. Pick the one that you like. You've got a chest press, you've got dips if you can do them, weighted dips, shoulder press, again, dumbbells, barbells. You've got lateral raises. So these are some exercises you can do. If you're going to do a push-pull legs, for example, these are what you do on a push day. Other compound exercises are lat pull downs, you've got bent over rows, you've got seated rows. So lat pull down, give a bit more width. Seated row, give a bit more depth. You can do pull-ups as well, obviously weighted pull-ups, if you can do those. And these are exercises that you do on a pull day. So you can throw in some isolation exercise in there as well, but make sure you do these after your compound exercises. So for your biceps on a pull day, for example, you can do barbell curls, dumbbell curls. Okay, nothing new here. These are pretty much the best exercise you can do for your biceps. Okay, preach curls, really good. Free weights, machines, it doesn't matter. Pick the ones that you like. And then your triceps you do on a push day. And there's like 100 variations of a tricep extension. Okay, you can use a lat pull down bar. You can use a V bar. You can use a rope extensions. You can use dumbbells for tricep extensions. But remember, do these after your main compound lifts. Now, legs, the bane of my life. How are you supposed to build your legs? You've got a bad back, or in my case, a herniated disc, sore knees, and I'm sure some of you have probably got some dodgy hips going on. Well, there are some things you can do to help, which I'll go through in a second. But first off, if you are able to do squats and deadlifts, okay, leg press, stuff like that, you know, these are going to give the most bang for your buck, no question about it. But as you're getting older, you're going to get more sore joints and whatnot. So these aren't always a good option, but if you can do it, yeah, definitely I'd recommend them. So if you are struggling with your back, for example, or your knees, here are a few things you should and shouldn't do. Things you should be doing, definitely spending more time mobilizing your joints. Okay, you want to get that synovial fluid moving, and as you get older, it thickens, it's more viscous. Okay, you can jog on the spot, mountain climbers. Doesn't matter, all you're doing is warming up your joints. Maybe spend a little bit more time stretching before your workouts. Okay, only 10 to 15 seconds, 10 to 15 reps. And do 2 or 3 warm-up sets on your exercises and gradually increase the weight. Again, sounds obvious, but a lot of people want to skip this part. You want to make sure your muscles and your joints are nice and warm before you get onto your working sets. Obviously, you can wear a belt or knee straps if you need to. In fact, just wearing knee straps alone can help you with your back, especially with things like squats, for example. If your knees are struggling, your back will take over a bit more. Okay, and if you've got a bad back as well, that's, you know, a danger zone. Okay, and on top of that, when you do your exercises, take a nice deep breath. You want to create a cushion of air around your core. So it's like a cushion for your spine. And obviously you want to release that air when you're exerting yourself. But breathe in, brace yourself, and then slowly breathe out. Keep your core nice and tight, okay? Keep your abs nice and tight to protect your back. Okay, things that you shouldn't do. Don't do exercise that cause you a lot of pain. Don't train through the pain. Right, this is not a good idea. It's going to make things worse. Just try a different exercise or a different variation. Reduce your range of motion, stuff like that. You want to try and avoid something called butt wink, or at least you don't want to go too far into your butt wink. if that makes sense. Butt wink is when you're basically putting yourself into a posterior pelvic tilt. This is due to a lack of flexibility in your ankles and your glutes, hamstrings and stuff. So but what this does is it rounds your back, which you don't want, especially if you've got a herniated disc, because you want to keep your spine as extended as possible, not flexed. And obviously improving your flexibility in your hamstrings and your calves can help with this problem by stretching after your workouts. Okay, about a minute, 60 seconds for each muscle. A couple of exercises I've been finding quite useful recently for my pains. Got an assisted lunge. So just hold on to something when you're doing these, helps keep you balanced. And I don't fully extend my knees here at the top. I just try and concentrate on the other portion of the lift. Nice slow controlled reps. And doing these to failure, they friggin' burn. And another exercise I do as well is an elevated heel squat. Yeah, so with the lighter weight and the elevated heels, you can get a bit more of a stretch on your quads without it affecting your back too much. If you're doing 2 exercises per muscle group, do 3 sets. 2 sets is fine as well, especially if you're just starting out. Okay, and also if you're just starting out, don't train to failure straight away. You'll be really sore. But yeah, just do 2 or 3 sets to failure, 2 exercises per muscle group. Give yourself 72 hours rest before training the same muscle group again. And make sure you log your lifts as well, so you can accurately see if you're making any improvements, which is something you want to try and do all the time. Okay, you want to try and improve on what you've done before, and this will help you build more muscle. Let me know in the comment section below what kind of pains you have. I'd be really interested to know. Now, body fat. If you have a big belly or a beer belly, you're more than likely got a lot of visceral fat. Most of your fat is kind of on the inside around your organs, and this is the most unhealthy place to store body fat. So visceral fat is metabolically active, so it's quite harmful to all the surrounding organs. So we're going to try and get rid of a lot of visceral fat here. So here are some things you can do to try and target that visceral fat. You can't spot reduce, okay? You can't pick and choose where to lose fat from on your body. It just comes off where it comes off. It's more about where you avoid storing it. Okay, so you can actually manipulate that a little bit. So first of all, cut out as many processed foods as you possibly can. So soda, fizzy pop, crisps, chocolate biscuits, bacon, sausage, yes, bacon, I'm sorry. High sugar cereals, cookies. You might love this stuff, but it's highly processed. And this is going to be one of the main causes of storing that visceral fat. With all that refined sugar in there, it's going to give you an insulin spike, which promotes fat storage around your organs, unfortunately. So cut these right down, swap them out for whole foods, okay, your fruit, vegetables, right, lots of fibre. And when I say fruit, I mean the whole fruit. I don't mean fruit juice. A little bit of fruit juice is okay, but you want the whole fruit, okay? Not apple juice, an apple, not orange juice, you want the orange, because you want all that fibre. So the more whole the food is, the longer it takes to break down, the less of an insulin spike you're going to have, and you'll stay satiated for longer as well. And plan your snacks. I can't emphasize enough how important this is. Okay, this is one of the key things that helped me lose 80 pounds. If you allow yourself to go hungry, you're going to opt for the highly refined sugary foods. Okay, your body wants that instant energy. No one's craving for an apple when they're really hungry, are they? Or a carrot stick. Okay, you're going to be craving things like chocolate, biscuits, pasties. So make it a habit of yours to try and eat something fairly healthy every couple of hours. A couple of pieces of fruit or a protein yogurt. Okay, these are things that have worked for me over the years, so no reason why it shouldn't work for you. Try and have your breakfast as well. I mean, the amount of people that don't eat breakfast is just mind-boggling to me. It's pretty much the first thing I do when I get up. I can't imagine doing stuff without having my breakfast first. Absolutely no way. Now, reducing alcohol consumption is also going to help. It's probably going to be a problem for a lot of people. You definitely want to avoid drinking alcohol for a few hours after you've just been in the gym. Okay, it affects your recovery. You know, it's a diuretic as well, so you're going to be potentially dehydrated. It interferes with muscle protein synthesis, which is the exact opposite to what you want. You want to encourage muscle protein synthesis. Yeah, so it basically affects your recovery. On top of that, it's got a lot of calories in it as well, refined sugar, which is what we're trying to avoid. So you got to dig deep with this one. It's the only way. Now, as far as your overall calories go, you just want to be in a slight deficit. Just try and aim for ½ pound to £1 a week weight loss. Any more than that, you're going to be losing muscle. Just don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. You put a lot of hard work in. What's the point losing the muscle? Just a nice, slow, steady weight loss. That's what you want. All in all, you got your resistance training to build your muscle. You've got a healthier diet. Plan your snacks. Okay, so this will limit you storing more visceral fat. And in the meantime, in a slight calorie deficit, it's going to burn away your excess fat. Okay, so just get yourself into a nice little routine you can stick with long term, and you'll do great. Gee, I do hope this video has helped. Please let me know if I have helped by pressing the like button, subscribe button, and any suggestions in the comments or anything you want to say, even if you want to just be rude, I don't mind. See you in the next video. Goodbye.